Welcome to the secret of the stars.
Of the earth where we live, there is a layer of super mysterious stuff, that is purple stardust. This stardust is like a big, glowing blanket covered with sparkling stars that dance like pixies. You can't see this blanket of stardust all the time. It only appears quietly on full moon nights when everyone is asleep. When it appears, it's like a purple magic world has suddenly appeared in the sky, and the little stars twinkle and twinkle like they're dancing happily, so it's very beautiful. However, it only appears for a while and then disappears. Although we usually cannot see it, but it has always been there. Inside this magical purple stardust, there are so many wishes that children make before they go to bed. Every night, a special moon rabbit collects these wishes and takes them to the moon. On the moon, the rabbit will divide the wishes into parts, and the good ones will be sent to the universe and may come true, while the bad ones will be turned into something else by the rabbit. But the moon rabbit must finish all these things before dawn, because the wishes will not be realized when the sun comes out. In a small town, there lived a lovely little girl. The little girl's grandmother was sick and she was very worried. One night, by the window, the little girl gently made a wish that her grandmother would get well soon. The wish was like a small glowing star, twinkling with pink and green light, and floated out of the open window. This wish is like a feather, gently floating in the warm night sky. It was very happy on the way, looking down at the world as it floated. It saw that the town was getting smaller and smaller, the houses were like square cakes, the trees were like green marshmallows, and the road was like a curved rope. It floated higher and higher, and saw the long river, the river glittering in the moonlight, like a silver ribbon, also saw a large area of farmland, piece by piece, like a patchwork of flowers, even saw the blue sea, the waves gently lapping at the beach, as if singing a gentle song. As the wish floated higher and higher, it felt more and more quiet and safe around it. Finally, it was so high that it could see the curved shape of the earth, like a big blue ball. The air here was cool, and the sky was as black as a big black cloth, with many bright stars on it. Wish continued to float. Suddenly, it found that the air around it became different, became brighter and brighter, more and more clear, and slowly, the whole world turned into a deep purple. Then, with a poof sound, Wish drilled into the mysterious layer of purple stardust. As soon as he entered the purple stardust, Wish realized that there were already many other wishes here. Some of them were glowing like little lanterns, and some were floating around like little snowflakes. All of them were happily waiting for the moon rabbit to come to pick them up and take them to the moon. Wishful thinking looked around curiously, thinking that it would be happy to see the moon rabbit soon. It looked up and saw that outside the purple stardust, there was black space, where so many stars twinkled, like someone had put white paint on black paper. In the middle of space, there hung a big, round moon, white and bright, like a big jade disc. But after waiting and waiting and waiting, the moon rabbit did not come. Wish felt very strange and wondered if it had come too early. But then no more wishes came in, and all the wishes became anxious, asking each other in whispers, "Where did the moon rabbit go?" They all looked at each other, not knowing what to do. At this point, this particular wishful thinking, is the moon rabbit lost? Does it need our help? The wish knew that if it couldn't find the moon rabbit tonight, it wouldn't be able to fulfill its wish. So, it bravely floated towards the edge of the purple stardust, and then passed through the stardust and into space. It was wonderful in space, just like soaking in a warm bathtub. As soon as the wish floated out, other wishes followed it. First there was a wish with a blue light, then there was another wish with a yellow light, and the three of them were looking for the moon rabbit in space together. They floated and saw many, many stars of different colors. Some stars were red, like red apples, some stars were blue, like beautiful jewels, and some stars were green, like tender green leaves. The stars were like big jewels set in the black sky. They drifted on, and suddenly saw many, many shooting stars flying past. The meteors had long tails and looked like orange lights. But they searched and searched, but they couldn't see the moon rabbit. They drifted in the direction of the moon, which was getting bigger and bigger, and they could see big craters on the moon, as if it had been smashed by something, and a lot of big rocks. But where on earth was the moon rabbit? Wishful thinking, could the moon rabbit not be in space? The other wishes seemed to think of this too, so they turned around together and went back into the purple stardust. When they returned to the purple stardust, the wishes inside thought they had found the moon rabbit when they saw them coming back, and shone happily. However, when they realized that the moon rabbit was still missing, everyone's light turned dark all of a sudden. This particular wish was so sad that it thought it might not get its wish. Just as it was sighing with sadness, it looked down at the earth, and wow, it saw a super big silver rabbit on a big desert. That was the moon rabbit. Wish lit up with joy and it hurriedly floated in the direction of the earth. When the other wishes saw it like this, they all floated down with it. As they drifted closer and closer, they saw the moon rabbit's ears move, and then the moon rabbit raised its head and saw the wishes floating down. The moon rabbit smiled and said, "Hello there, wishes. Thank you for coming to me." The wishes circled around the moon rabbit and asked curiously, "Moon rabbit, why are you here?" The moon rabbit said a little sadly, "The children forgot to thank me for helping them collect their wishes. Without my thanks, I couldn't use my magic, and as a result, I fell off the moon and couldn't get back." This particular wish listened to the moon rabbit's words and thought for a moment, then it began to flash its light at the other wishes, as if telling them something. The other heart wishes listened and understood. Then the wishes all gathered around the moon rabbit. This particular wish thought to itself, "Thank you, moon rabbit." Its light became brighter and brighter, and turned blue and lavender. The other wishes followed along thinking, "Thank you, moon rabbit." Their light also all turned blue and lavender. When the wish's light shone on the moon rabbit began to glow too. Its ears twitched happily and it slowly flew up from the desert. When the wishes saw the moon rabbit fly, they glowed even harder, and their plan was successful. The moon rabbit flew with the wishers in the night sky, flying in the direction of the moon. But by this time, the sky was beginning to turn white, and the sun was about to come out. The wishes and the moon rabbit were so anxious that they flew faster. They soon passed through the purple stardust and into space. The moon rabbit became brighter and lighter as it pulled the wishes towards the moon. Finally, they reached the moon. The moon rabbit stood on the moon and said to all the wishes, "Thank you for helping me get back to the moon. Now, I'm going to send the good wishes out into the universe and make them come true. What about the bad wishes? They will become moon rocks and stay on the moon." The moon rabbit took a deep breath and breathed in all the good wishes, and this particular wish for Grandma to get better was in there too. Then the moon rabbit slowly breathed out again, and the wishes floated out into the universe like shiny little pieces of dust. As the heart wish floated out, it thought to itself, "Thank you, moon rabbit." Together with the other wishes, it floated and floated through the universe, ready to fulfill the wishes of the children. On Earth, it was dawn, and the little girl got up from her bed and went to the window. At that moment, her mom came over and knocked on the door and told the little girl with a smile, "Honey, Grandma's cured." The little girl smiled happily and looked up at the sky as if she saw her wish shining brightly in the universe. Children, this story tells us that as long as we have a good wish and are willing to work hard, maybe it will come true. Now, close your eyes and have a sweet dream.
Do you like this story? Follow me. Here is a treasure land of fairy tales. Moreover, there are numerous long-form bedtime fairy tales on the home page, which, like magic, weave sweet dreams for you to listen to.